Hello, everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is So I'm Watching Upload, Season 2, Episode 2.
Dinner Party.
So, I did go back and watch the last 2 episodes, and it was very good that I did. I definitely watched them. I think maybe I was, like, drinking or something, because it was like a dream within a dream, where I was like, okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And where I was getting extra confused is because there is still an element of mystery.
Yeah.
So I was like, I needed to understand what we knew before I could understand what we don't know.
Yeah, we got like a portion of it, which is that he overthrew his business partner, but there's still ongoing stuff, like people still want him dead, Nathan. So
apparently Ingrid's father, Kinnaman, it's Oliver Cannerman, has an unknown partner.
Yeah.
That is still coming after a minimum of Nathan, if not more.
Also Nora.
Because we think it's who sent the creepy guy after Nora.
Dr. Curdle Jr.
from
Riverdale.
This was fun. This was a lot of fun. This is a really, really tightly written show because I loved the joke punctuation of him being 4 inches taller than Tom Cruise. And Ingrid's like, yes, I know, you keep telling me that. And he's like,
only 5'11", which I didn't realize.
Well, and he's like, because it's worth noting.
Yeah.
And so we looked it up and I was like, isn't he one of those that's strangely human sized? Yeah. And I mean, 5'11" is it's not short. 5'10" is like, average for men.
Yeah, Tom Cruise is short. He's but it's like he feels very lanky. Not lanky, but he feels very long in a way.
He's very good looking and it lends itself.
Very good looking. He's got these green eyes.
Which say 6'3" at minimum.
The eyes are really like, I'm 6'4". And like
I like his eyebrows. I like when men have the triangle eyebrows.
He does have those a little, yeah.
I mean, I do enjoy a prominent brow, but I like the so, and that was punctuated at the end when Tinsley, because much like Nomi Malone, anyone who comes even remotely within his orbit immediately falls in love with him and places him at the center of their universe.
The AI concierge guy, Nora. I mean, even Alicia doesn't get it.
I think she will.
Like, she's getting there, and then
they
Luke
put a
loves
button
him.
on it. I think Luke is in love with him. Because Tinsley was all like butterflies, and Alicia was like, he's not even that tall.
Yeah.
We had basically 3 plots. We have Nora still with the Ludds. I said cult last episode, and I'm sticking with it. It's a cult.
I still think only, again from Riverdale, Principal Weatherby, I think he's the culty part of it. The cultiest part of it.
Well, they made a distinction that Pastor Rob was a facet of the Ludds.
Yeah.
But he seems to be powerful, and I do...
But he seems to be an extremist wing.
Well, I do like the commentary with the show, where it's like the rampant consumerism, commercialism, corporatism of like the I keep wanting to say real world, the
afterlife?
No, the city.
Sure. The real world, yeah.
And then I like that this off-grid, it's like, I like that they both have pros and cons. And I think it's actually pretty accurate that if you're going to like an Earth, like off-grid place, you're going to run into like weird religious extremism.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like...
Because I think you're right. It's like, I could handle being out there and like doing that if it weren't for Pastor
I can handle
Rob.
Hippies.
Yeah.
I can't handle...
No, if it weren't for Pastor Rob, it would be fine. Everybody, like, I think communal living is very interesting. Everybody contributes. Everybody... You know, you have to grow your food. You have to do all this. Everybody does something.
So they film in Vancouver. And so it's just the like rainy, foresty stuff that I can't. I need more. I need a bit more of a Midsommar.
Yeah. Upstate New York. Give me a break.
But she's going pretty strong with Mateo. It seems like she seems in it. She seems like she's not solely like making, like, we know she's making do. We know that she's settling. But he honestly, I cannot remember his name.
Paolo Costanzo.
He has a charm.
No, of course he's super charming. Like I said in episode 1, there's no contest.
No, but there's something that I'm like, I don't not see it.
Sure, I do though. I could, if the show went the way where it basically was like, he is also suspicious. Like if he's trying, like, because at the end of the episode, they are wanting her to go back to Horizon to like further their shit. I could believe he has ulterior motives as well.
I mean, I could believe. I don't think he does. But that is, again, also believable commentary and weird that it's like they're not content to just be themselves, do their own thing off the grid. They have to bring down the opposition.
Right.
And that's where I just can't with people, where it's like, go do your thing.
Just do your shit. Leave the other people are happy. Like nobody is like, it's not a thing.
There's pros and cons to both. And so it's like they're and it's like, sure, okay, the upload system is flawed, but it's this thing that I notice. I mean, you know, we're young adults. We're like, we're adults. We're not young adults. We're mid-30s.
We're not middle-aged yet.
Well,
no, we're not.
We're north of 35. So it's like it comes with.
We are definitely on the same rung as Jennifer Lopez. North of 35.
That was a Marry Me reference, which was very good. You should watch Marry Me.
It's on Peacock.
This observation comes with age. I get it. But it's like I feel like societally we have this like a perception that everything is in its final form or everything is as it is. And it's like, okay, fine. The upload system is kind of corrupted. So fix it. Don't throw it out. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Plus,
it's like
there's also the implication within this world and also the one that we live in is that there's always going to be a place like Lakeview. You know what I mean? Like there's always going to be the place for the rich people. But now that there's this Freon place,
which even like, some of the rich people were like, yeah, no, I think it's great that like that the poors also have something to aspire to.
And so I don't really mind that. And so the fact that like Pastor Rob wants to like sabotage Lakeview is sort of like, I get that there's still an inequality, but with the Freon thing, the way they're advertising it is you can build whatever afterlife you want. And it's like whatever's in your budget kind of a thing. And I don't know, that to me is fine. In which case then, yes, Pastor Rob needs to be the one that's just out in the woods doing his own shit and like leave the rest of the people out of it.
I think it's rich that they need technology in order to take down technology.
Yeah.
It's like they need her to be able to do all this stuff in order to get rid of all the stuff. And it's just, it gets into the whole, like, I was like, as we're having this conversation, I was like, where are we really going with this? This is a half-hour comedy and we're going political in a way, but
where did the good place go?
Well, yeah, it's the whole thing where it's like, it's the problem with class structures and stuff. It's because it's like, if there's not like a high, a middle, and a low, then it's the whole, like, there's no good without bad. There's no bad without good, yada, yada. And so it's like, if we make everything even, everything equal, then there's no place to grow. There's nowhere to go. And who decides what's equal? Like who decides? So it's like, we're in this thing where it's like, we need both, or we need aspects of both. I'm not nearly smart enough to be able to actually articulate what it is I'm trying to say. I feel like you're following me.
I know I'm following you because it's the sort of thing where people are like, communism won't work. And it's like, no, communism won't work. What will work is something more akin to socialism.
It's like, people are like communism or capitalism. And it's like, well, elements of both.
Yeah, there are ways.
There
are ways to get in there where it's like, sure, allow the richer people to pay for upgrades, like allow that to happen. But it's sort of like, there should not be homeless people in the world. You know, like housing is a human right. And that's sort of the thing where it's like, if we're equating housing to being uploaded, that should be a human right, that you should be able to have it no matter your economic structure. If you don't want it, then you can opt out, but you should be able to have it. And so I think that's sort of where everyone except Pastor Rob is like, if you want to do it, you should be able to do it. And the fact that not everybody
or
can
again,
do it
if the system as it currently is flawed, then fix it or create a new system or yada yada.
Which they have,
which is what they're currently doing. And because we haven't really seen Freon.
I don't know that it's actually
I don't know
that it's done yet, because that's what the people were waiting in line for at the end of season 1. So I guess maybe it's up and running now, but
we haven't seen it.
We haven't seen inside it. So
the Ludds acquired, what's his name, Oliver?
It's Owen Daniels, but his name's Boris.
Boris.
The AI guy.
They acquired Boris, who was the actor who was the face of the AI guy, which again shows the corruption of the current system because he was only paid $1,200. And they have gotten significantly more.
Yeah, out of him.
His contribution was way more valuable than $1,200. So it just but another example of how the current system is corrupt.
I hope that Owen Daniels is getting paid because he's doing a lot of work on this show.
He's only getting one paycheck for playing how many characters?
Like 85 characters, and he's so good too.
So they've scanned him so that Nora can break into Lakeview and do stuff.
Oh my God, he's gonna kiss Robbie Amell. I just realized. Well, because AI guy is obsessed with Nathan, and so if she's gonna be him when she logs back in, incredible. Okay,
you heard it here first.
Moving on.
The second story was Ingrid was hosting a dinner for
Mr. Choke. But then, like, some other people...
she's schmoozing him because he's, like, properly wealthy.
And he's their neighbor.
And there was some other wealthy people. And then Nathan invited Yang.
And Luke and Mildred.
Luke is so funny. And also, he is so hot.
His name is Kevin Bigley.
He is so hot.
I think he's very good in this show. He is a really good find.
And his relationship with Ingrid is kind of my favorite because he hates her, and she hates him.
But they are like, working towards the same purpose, which is keeping Nathan safe. That's what they're both of their end goals. It's very interesting.
All of the weird bureaucracies of like the seafood bisque, it didn't have the smell receptors right, and so they turned it up, and then it was too pungent.
It smelled like what did he say? Nantucket at low tide. Also, it was like vats of bisque.
It was like a cauldron.
Like a chowder bowl of bisque. You need like one of those really shallow little bowls for bisque.
This is the kind of show that no line, no second is wasted. Because even the jokes are character informing and stuff. Mm-hmm. Because we had a conversation during the episode, but it was like Luke was eating literal fistfuls of chicken nuggets.
How many do you think I could fit in my mouth?
Like, and because they made a point that you can order literally whatever you want. And that's just very telling of the character. Because I pointed out how Nathan was like eating steak frites. And I was like, that's so perfect.
Yeah.
Because it's meat and potatoes. It's standard dude food. But it's elevated.
It's nice.
It's nice. Yeah, and I was like, it's so classic. I was like, that's so.
You have to say one French word in order to order it.
It's so. it was so indicative of Nathan's character. I really, really appreciated it. And so because Ingrid hates the AI guy, they brought in two angels. It was Alicia and Tinsley. Tinsley is so funny. I'm very curious what we're gonna do because she's a deliberate character,
motivated by food, which I find very relatable.
Well, it's not something you see a lot in female characters, and especially like she's not like hot, but she's also not ugly. It's an interesting. Usually, female characters in these worlds go one of two ways. You know what I mean? And she's not doing that.
I agree with you about the motivated by food being not like a necessarily normal portrayal of female characters, but
unless it's like a fat joke.
Well. Sure, but what I do like is that we are seeing them more often because I've referenced more than once recently too that's one of my favorite aspects of Eve from the show Killing Eve is that she is basically eating in every scene of season 1, and I find it fascinating.
Well, that's having not seen the show. Yeah. I get the sense from the marketing that it's a very luscious show.
Yeah, so but it's also very female centric in a way that like I think it was
but it's very sensual. Food is very sensual. Yeah. So. But Tinsley, because she's a little bit like she's in like sweats and stuff. Yep. And I also love who's the actress that plays Nora?
Her name is Andy Allo.
She is apparently a very good actress as well because I can tell Tinsley apart from Nora.
Yeah.
By her performance, but also I think it's funny that when Tinsley is playing Nora, her clothes don't fit.
Sure. And she's also kind of hunched over, and she said that'd be so dope.
It just, I don't know. It was very interesting. I really liked Little Xerox. Ingrid, I mean, it's a very me observation, but Ingrid's kind of my favorite. She's funny.
She's very funny.
because she got the pizza and because I thought it too. She was like, no tip. And she's just like, what are the $15 of service fees for? And I mean, it be like that. I always tip. I always tip. But I think about it.
Yeah.
I think about, because it's like, I'm not mad at the service fees. I'm not blaming the driver for those. I'm blaming the company. 100%. And guess what? We're making our own pizza tonight. So
yeah, we are.
Take that, corporate. He said on his YouTube channel. Talking about an Amazon show.
Not for nothing, though, we'd love to be sponsored by Little Caesars or
I will take the money. I'll take it so quickly.
We have very few morals and ethics.
I also just, again, the bureaucracy of it, it's so hellish that it costs 25 cents to crack your knuckles.
Yeah.
Because he got a round of knuckle cracks for the table. It's so weird.
I would be broke in a week. I crack my knuckles constantly.
We did have some more with Mr. Choke. It seems like he's a character. Mm-hmm. He was around in season 1.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And he has a lady friend that is not a sex doll. Her name is Prefera.
He is, though.
She's modeled after his ex-wife, and her entire reason for living is to learn his preferences.
Yeah.
And she also reminded Nathan that his name was Nathan Brown.
Yep.
And I said there was a third story. I guess it was the Office, the Tinsley and
Ingrid
Alicia.
is still definitely not uploaded. She's making more and more obvious excuses to leave the room so she can disappear.
No one's clocking it, though.
Not yet, no. I don't know. Questionable.
Was it in, I think it was in the episode from last season when the person tapped Lucy on the shoulder? And it scared her? Or was that in this episode?
No, it was the beginning of this episode.
Well, because the babies. Oh my God.
They're like allowing you to like have babies now. Like digital babies.
I mean, when I closed my eyes.
They were hellish.
It was, oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, and then because again, they also were merging faces. Mm-hmm. Oh God. No, Lucy's very funny to me too, because she's like she's like a bad guy, but she's not evil.
Yeah.
And those are fun characters.
Definitely. I agree.
I think she knows Ingrid's not in there.
Maybe.
She's like bending over backwards to give her everything she wants.
Yeah, maybe.
I just don't know to what end.
Sure. Well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's possible that she's in bed with the Cantermans. I don't know. We'll find out, I'm sure. We'll find out something.
Mark my words, because I said she's bad, but not evil.
Yeah.
So we'll find out.
All right.
Well, on that note, we're going to watch the next one.